Scented ASMR. Hello everyone, welcome to Scented ASMR. Today I'm going to share some of my vintage perfumes in my collection, and I have some from the 80's, a few from the 90's, and also the early 2000s. We're going to start with this one here, and this one is from 1981, and it's called Ombre Rose, and it's from Jean-Charles Brosseau. And here's a pretty bottle, like a very feminine, elegant, frosted glass. With a floral design on the front. And so, Ombre Rose is considered a floral fragrance, and it was launched in 1981. The top notes are aldehydes, Brazilian rosewood, geranium, and peach. The mid notes are rose, orris root, sandalwood, ylang-ylang, vetiver, cedar, and lily of the valley. The base notes are iris, musk, heliotrope, tonka bean, honey, vanilla, and cinnamon. And this is a very powdery, musky, woody floral fragrance. The powderiness in here, it comes from the orris root and the iris and the heliotrope. And to me, it has like it has a makeup-y powder vibe to it, but also a little bit of a baby powder vibe. So I kind of pick up both of that in this fragrance. The florals that I pick up in here are the rose and the lily of the valley, and they blend really nicely with the powdery notes. You do get the aldehydes in here, and they add a little bit of touch of soapiness to this fragrance. But they're not very strong or sharp, it's just a touch of soapiness. There's also some sweetness in here from the vanilla and the honey, and that's also not very strong, it's just lightly sweet. And this is really, I think this is a very feminine fragrance. It's really pretty, and it does have a vintage vibe to it. but being from 1981, I don't think it smells dated. It just kind of smells timeless to me. It is an affordable fragrance. I think I got this bottle for around $15. And it does smell better quality than $15, I think. Yeah, just a really pretty and feminine fragrance. And so that's Ombre Rose, and it's by Jean-Charles Brosseau. This next one here, this one is from 1989, and it's from Joop, and it's called Joop Le Bain. The bottle. It's a small bottle, 40 ml. But this is an affordable fragrance. I think I got this bottle for around somewhere between $10 and $15. And so, Joop Le Bain is considered an amber floral fragrance, and it was launched in 1989. The top notes are aldehydes, orange blossom, bergamot, and lemon. Mid notes are sandalwood, jasmine, cedar, rose, and lily of the valley. The base notes are tonka bean, vanilla, amber, musk, and patchouli. And this is a powdery, ambery vanilla fragrance. The opening of the fragrance, it's not very pleasant. It's kind of sharp and citrusy from the citrus and the aldehydes. I know aldehydes were big in the 80's. They were used a lot in perfumes, and sometimes they're overwhelming, but this one, it dries down and the sharpness goes away. The aldehydes do create some soapiness to this, though. It is kind of a bit of a soapy, clean smelling vanilla. And so in the dry down, you get like a very cozy, powdery, a little bit creamy vanilla with that touch of soapiness. This one does smell a little bit like baby powder to me, which I enjoy that scent. But if you don't, this probably isn't for you. But if you do, this is a nice, very cozy, affordable fragrance. And so that's Joop Le Bain, and it's from Joop. This one here, This is from 1992, and it's by Chloe, and it's called Chloe Narcisse. And this one is very special to me because it was the first perfume that I really loved. I was wearing this back when I was about 18, 19, in the late 90's. And so this is very nostalgic for me. And this bottle is just so nostalgic. It reminds me of my teenage years. It has the amber colored juice and the little like flower cap. And so Chloe Narcisse was launched in 1992, and it's considered an amber floral fragrance. The top notes are apricot, marigold, peach, pineapple, orange blossom, and violet. The mid notes are narcissus, carnation, spices, gardenia, rose oil, rose, and jasmine. And the base notes are vanilla, tolu balsam, sandalwood, musk, and cedar. And this is a powdery, warm and spicy floral perfume. The prominent florals that you get in here are the narcissus and the spicy carnation. I do pick up the peach in here as well as the apricot. So there's some fruitiness to it. Get a little bit of the pineapple, but mostly the peach and the apricot. The spices that are in here, they add lots of warmth to the fragrance, as does the sandalwood and the cedar. The dry down of this, it becomes very, very powdery. And it's a lovely fragrance. But I think this one, it does smell kind of dated and mature. Like I could tell this is a 90's perfume. And it's kind of crazy to think I was wearing this when I was around 18 because it's so mature. And all my friends were wearing body mists at the time, fruity body mists. And I liked this mature, spicy floral fragrance. But I didn't care. I was just wearing it because I enjoyed it. I don't really wear it much now. Only if I want, like, to feel nostalgic. I will say this is a very strong and very long-lasting fragrance. I don't think they really make fragrances like this anymore, like they did in the 90's. They used to be a lot more long-lasting. But now a lot of the ingredients have been banned, so I think a lot of the stuff that made the fragrances long-lasting aren't allowed to be used anymore. And so this is Chloe Narcisse, and it's by Chloe. This next one here, this is from 1996, and it's from Hanae Mori, and it's called Hanae Mori Butterfly. It's a really pretty box with the butterflies on it. I think there's different types of boxes that have different colored butterflies. I'm not sure. I think they're all the same perfume though. Or maybe not, I'm not really sure. But this is the one with the blue butterflies. It's the bottle. A glass cap on it. It's frosted on the side. And so Hanae Mori Butterfly was launched in 1996, and it's considered an amber fragrance. The perfumer is Bernard Elana. The top notes are strawberry, blackberry, blueberry, and black currant. Mid notes are ylang ylang, jasmine, rose, and peony. The base notes are sandalwood, almond trees, Brazilian rosewood, and Virginia cedar. And this is a warm and sweet, fruity, woody fragrance. You really get a mix of the berries in here. And they are syrupy and they're sweet. Kind of candied. And there's overall like a vanilla smell in here. Or maybe more like benzoin, but those notes aren't listed, so I don't know where that's coming from. You do pick up some of the florals in here. Mainly what I get is a creamy ylang ylang, and the woods are also prominent, and they give the fragrance some depth. The fragrance smells very warm to me, and it is kind of synthetic, but not really in a bad way. It doesn't bother me. And I don't think this one smells dated. I think this is kind of a timeless one that smells timeless. And this for a pretty affordable fragrance price. I think. I'm not really sure what it goes for anymore, but it's fairly affordable. And it's just a nice, sweet, fruity, woody fragrance. And so that's Hanae Mori Butterfly by Hanae Mori. This next one here This one is from 1997, and it's called Frangipane, and it's from the brand Chantecaille. The box has a nice texture to it. Here's the lovely bottle. Very, very feminine. It's a pretty kind of like disco ball type of cap. Like a floral band on the front. And so, Frangipane is considered an amber floral fragrance, and it was launched in 1997. The top notes are water hyacinth, violet leaf, and orange. The mid notes are frangipane, ylang-ylang, incense, and jasmine. The base notes are vanilla, musk, and amber. And as the name suggests, this is a beautiful frangipane fragrance. Frangipane is a very rich and lush, creamy white floral that has a tropical vibe to it. To my nose, it smells a little bit like jasmine. You definitely get vanilla in here, so this is it's a floral vanilla fragrance. And the vanilla in here is very sweet and creamy. And it blends so nicely with the frangipane note. I also smell some of the ylang-ylang, and it's kind of a banana ylang-ylang. Sometimes banana comes off, or ylang-ylang comes off smelling like banana. And that's what I get in here. There is a light musk in here, and although this fragrance is very creamy, it's not a dense fragrance. It's very light and airy and floral. And I think this is such a lovely, beautiful, feminine, tropical floral fragrance. It doesn't smell dated to me at all. It is a little bit mature just because it's so floral, but it doesn't smell dated. And I really enjoy this one. If you like frangipane, you might want to check this one out. And so that's Frangipane, and it's by Chantecaille. This next one here, this one is from 2003, and it's from Escada, and it's called Escada purplish red glass bottle. There's a plastic cap. And so, Escada Magnetism. It's an amber vanilla fragrance, and it was launched in 2003. The perfumer is Pierre Bourdon and Steve DeMarcado. The top notes are red berries, black currant, cassis, lychee, and pineapple. The mid notes are green leaves, basil, almond blossom, and iris. And the base notes are caramel, vanilla, patchouli, benzoin, musk, sandalwood, and amber. And those are actually not all of the notes. It has so many notes, I didn't list them all, but those are the main ones, I think, that you can smell in the fragrance. And what this is it's a sweet, fruity, and green scent. It's a very interesting one because it has this sweet and fruity gourmand aspect to it, but at the same time, it has like a green, fresh scent to it. I really get the berries that are in here, and the black currant. And along with the really prominent caramel and some vanilla, this is a sweet, warm, edible smelling fragrance. But then it has the green leaves and the cassis and the basil, and those add lots of greenness and aromatics, and they kind of balance out the sweet, edible nature of the fragrance. I also pick up sandalwood and the amber and the patchouli, and those notes add a lot of depth to the fragrance. This does smell kind of dated to me, but in a good way. It's more just smells like it's nostalgic, and it kind of reminds me of the early 2000s. I guess maybe a lot of people wore this. I don't know, but it does smell like early 2000s fragrance. It's something I still enjoy wearing though. I think it's a nice fragrance, and it's affordable. And so that's Escada Magnetism, and it's by Escada. This last one that I have here, and this one is from 2004, and it's from Versace, and it's called Crystal Noir. This one has an interesting large cap on it. It's kind of weird, kind of an odd cap, but I always really like this bottle. it's dark and kind of pretty. And so Crystal Noir is considered an amber floral fragrance, and it was launched in 2004. The perfumer is Antoine Lee. The top notes are pepper, ginger, cardamom, and the mid notes are coconut, gardenia, orange blossom, and peony. The base notes are sandalwood, musk, and amber. And this is a spicy white floral fragrance. It's I get a lot of creamy gardenia in here. That's the floral that I pick up. And I also get some creamy coconut in here. You get a lot of the spicy pepper and the cardamom as well. And also some of the zesty, like fresh ginger. It's really pretty. The sandalwood in here, it's very prominent as well, and it adds to the creaminess of the fragrance. And this is the eau de parfum version. I know there's an eau de toilette. And to my nose, they smell very, very similar. The only difference, I think, is that the eau de parfum is a little creamier, while the eau de toilette smells a little more fresh. I think it's a little fresher. But they're mostly like maybe 90% the same fragrance. And I remember buying a bottle of this when it first came out, and I really loved it. I never smelled anything like it before, and I liked it, but I found it a little hard to wear just because I kind of felt it was a little masculine. But now to me it just smells kind of unisex. I don't find it to be masculine at all, and I enjoy wearing it. I like to wear this in the heat because it has a very cold and clean vibe to it. And I think it performs well in the heat as well. It lasts all day on me, which isn't very common if it's hot outside. This is not a dated smelling fragrance. It still smells modern. And I think it smells very unique as well, even today. And so that's Versace Crystal Noir, and it's by Versace. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you enjoyed the video and that it was relaxing for you. And I hope to see you again in my next video.